Arsenal lineup astonishing. Anthony Gordon signing as Andrea Berta targets 3 Newcastle stars. Arsenal have carried out detailed work on Anthony Gordon's situation and are closely monitoring his availability, with the England star one of 4 key winger targets for the summer. Team Talk can confirm. The Newcastle winger is one of several high-profile names being linked with a potential move, despite the Magpies making it clear internally that there will be no fire sale coming at St James Park. Gordon, 25, is not alone in attracting attention from North London. Team Talk understands that both Tino Livramento and Sandro Tonali are also on Arsenal's radar. However, Gordon is viewed as a particularly strong fit for a priority area, the left side of Mikel Arteta's attack. Arsenal's dream attacking target remains Julian Alvarez, but sources indicate the Argentine has made it clear in discussions that he prefers to operate centrally. While the Gunners remain firmly in the race for Alvarez, particularly if Barcelona failed to progress a deal, they are actively exploring alternative options. That process has led them to assess a number of elite-wide players. Last summer, Arsenal opted to retain both Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli to ensure depth on the left flank, but one of those could now move on as part of a reshuffle. Sporting director Andrea Berta and the club's recruitment team have cast their net wide, with RB Leipzig's Jan Diamondi, Athletic Club star Nico Williams and AC Milan's Rafael Leao all under consideration. We can also confirm that Arsenal would be firmly in the mix if Paris Saint-Germain made any of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doué or Bradley Barcola available this summer, although that scenario is viewed as highly unlikely at this stage. And we can confirm that Gordon is also very much part of that conversation. The England international is keen to be competing at the highest level, and Newcastle's failure to secure Champions League football for next season has not gone unnoticed by his camp. Liverpool are long-term admirers of the former Everton man, but we understand that Gordon's representatives have made Arsenal aware that the opportunity to work under Arteta is one that would strongly appeal to the player. Newcastle, for their part, are managing a delicate situation. As previously reported, the club are aware that player sales will be required this summer to facilitate a squad rebuild. However, how many key figures they are willing to lose and whether Gordon becomes one of them remains an open question. Meanwhile, a report has claimed that Arsenal are looking to cash in on exciting youngsters Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly this summer. It stated that the Gunners are pushing to recoup a combined £100 million from a double sale, while the futures of Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus are in doubt, too. In other news, Arsenal are big admirers of classy playmaker Morgan Rogers, and reports suggest that Aston Villa's financial position could force them into a very reluctant summer sale. Chelsea and Manchester United are also in the mix to sign the 23-year-old, whose stock could rise further should he impress for England at the World Cup. According to recent reports, Andrea Berta and the Gunners recruitment team have been eyeing as many as 3 Magpies stars, with Anthony Gordon, Tino Livramento and Sandro Tonali all under serious consideration for a potential approach this summer. Newcastle are currently sat mid-table and are facing the prospect of missing out on European football entirely next season, a situation that gives their key players genuine reason to consider their futures. Arsenal are alert to that dynamic and have positioned themselves to act if movement becomes possible. Tonali is a different kind of target, a ball winner and tempo setter in central midfield who would add a different dimension to a department that already contains Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi. He has been linked with Arsenal since reliably reported contact in January, though Tonali's own agent denied formal talks at that stage. Team Talk and journalist Graham Bailey reports that Gordon's representatives have been in contact with Arsenal to indicate that the 25-year-old would be very keen on joining the North Londoners. The chance to work under Arteta at a club competing for league titles and in the Champions League is a factor his camp have flagged directly. Arsenal's primary objective on the left side of attack this summer remains Julian Alvarez, but the Atletico Madrid striker has made clear in his own discussions that he sees himself as a central player rather than a wide one, which limits how straightforward that deal would be. That has pushed Arteta's team to look elsewhere, and Gordon fits the profile closely. Liverpool have been long-term admirers too, which means any deal would require moving quickly, but Arsenal a very attractive landing spot for Gordon. Newcastle have made it known internally that they have no intention of conducting a fire sale, so any bid for Gordon would need to be substantial to open a conversation. The club's valuation of their key assets remains high, and selling 3 significant players in a single window would represent a fundamental shift in their transfer philosophy. Whether Gordon, who is allegedly valued at around £80 million, becomes one of those departures remains an open question. However, the notion that his representatives are now communicating his interest to Arsenal directly suggests this summer story is already developing.